Hello there, and we're back in Astroneer, and not to be confused, but we're not, unfortunately not doing the 20 sub special this time, although it is on the horizon. Today, however, I think we're going to do a little experiment of sorts, where we will dive into a mechanic that I like to call item priority. No real reason for why I like to call it that, but still. So we have our trustworthy auto arm here. We're just going to plug that in. I'll just say I want a little auto smelter. I'm just going to use these furnaces here. Of course, turn them on. And I'll just add some storage on either side. Doesn't really matter. Since we're in creating, I don't think we have too much time. Let's see, where's the little spawner thingies? Are they all there? I remember, I think so. Oui. I gotta just use that. Bonk. So now we're, of course, making carbon. And there's two things to note about item priority. When you have an auto arm, it will always look for somewhere to place it within the little square here, or the circle. And it also searches, or at least to my knowledge, after the highest tier of storage. So let's say we plonk a medium storage silo over there. Now that's a higher tier of storage. So the auto arm will start filling up the storage silo. And so what happens? The storage silo will be filled up until the auto arm can no longer reach empty spots. Congratulations, we made it this far. It may sound like some first grade lecture, but that's basically what it is. Don't know why, it just happened. Will I become a teacher in the future? Who the fuck knows? Maybe not, probably not. Or perhaps, I don't know. The second thing we have to look for is item priority within the platform itself. So we have these two furnaces here, but basically like any utility item except for maybe the atmospheric condenser. If there's a resource that it needs in order to produce something, it will search around the platform, and if it can find the thing it is looking for, it will attempt to pull it onto itself. I don't know, it sounds weird, but it's fine, okay, it's fine. It will just wait until it has an open slot, and it will be pulled. And now, all of the items are on the furnace. So what happens when the furnace is done with its little furnacey job? Well, of course, it puts the items away. Ooh, but I don't know. Definitely not me, I'm stupid. So, we have storage silos over here, and that gives us a higher tier of storage. So, items prioritize going to the highest tier of storage. Now, say we Just wait a little bit. Bear with me here. So let's just say we have a large storage as well. Now this is where it becomes funny. Because this is still the highest tier of storage. But this is probably not counted. I'll just see if I put that on there and on there. Is this one full? Oh wait, it's not. Okay, so that's the side that is prioritized first. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Now we can put that one back over there. And let's say we slot on a little storage silo on this side. And let's just turn this on. Let the auto one just go for a little bit. Okay, there. Okay, so now we have the storage silos on top of a large storage. Now you would think that now this side will get priority again. Well, let's see what happens. We have this medium storage silo over here on the side with priority. Or the side where priority begins, I should say. So let's see where it goes. Oh, have you seen it goes over here? Why? Because it is the same tier storage. Because the item is not looking for where there's the most storage. It's looking for what side do I start searching from and what storage of the item type I am. Like, let's say just like one little slot, like one slot, like all items are. I will search for the largest concentration, or let's just call it the largest amount, or the largest storage that is within the line. It can only fit these types of items. But let's say we take off all of these. Now this becomes the highest tier of storage because it's after all still a storage. So now the items will go here. But the moment I fit this thing on, they will go over there again. That is quite a fun little system. And if you know how it works, you can build some pretty amazing farms with that automatically sorts certain items. So let's say you want a little smelter and you don't want the input and output to be on the same side. And guess what? You can just have the input on this side and the output on this side. Now remember, the arrow is important. Because you need to be on the right side of the arrow and then it goes left. So the moment this side is filled up, this side will start filling. Unless of course you have some storage in between here, but you could do that nowadays. Because of some small funny things. Let's see. This little bastard. This thing is a smelting furnace on steroids. Why is it on steroids, you may ask? Because it's absolutely tiny compared to the actual furnace. It uses the exact same amount of time and it uses 2 power units. And guess what? The only difference between this little piece of shit And that biggest piece of junk is that this one only fits one item on it. That's it. This thing, 4 items on, can only smelt one at a time. This thing, 1 item on, can only smelt 1 item at a time, but I smelt at this goddamn exact speed. So once you reach endgame, there's no point for this anymore. Like, it's obsolete. You can have 2 portable furnaces and still, like, technically 2.5, and you still just match the power consumption of this thing. It's not worth it. Save your compound and resin for something more worthy than a furnace that after you reach middle game and have the trading platform and Astronium. This thing is 10 times better. As long as you of course have the trade unlocked. I haven't seen the mission side. I just do things in creative, okay? So, yeah, basically that's your tiny lecture on funny things you can do in Astroneer. And let me see, there should be some funny shit when train rockets. Let's see over here. Okay, it's out of power. What if I just send that thing off? Let's see. Of course, game. I know I'm in the forest. I see the trees down below. I'm sorry, I'm just not really enjoying this new update too much. And just a little chat bubble that pops up and tells me what biome I'm in. I just like the mystery. Well, man, of the same reasons why I don't enjoy the snails as much as I perhaps should do. But that's for another time. Okay, if there's trouble with that little thing on your save, I can't help you, because this save is probably like 1 or 2 years old, but it's a copy of yet another save I had, and that one is like almost 3 years old at this point, so yeah. If this little mechanic here, the auto unloading thing, doesn't work for you, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. Unless of course you want to use some auto arms in a little bit different spots than usual, but no real problem with it. But yeah, that's it. I'm almost out of time, so I gotta end this soon or I will not be able to upload it to YouTube. Let's go. Goodbye, lads. That's the bell for the day.